Let's see what is asking to come through, what messages are asking to come through from Spirit for this week. We're looking at today, October 8th, all the way through to Monday, October 14th. Let's see. We have wise leader, you are the beacon for others. This to me is saying that we are entering a period of where we are about to march ahead. So maybe we have been in a bit of a sacred pause recently. Maybe we have had to take some time out for ourselves, or maybe our bodies have not been cooperating, or the doors are not opening for us as quickly as we would like them to. Inspiration maybe hasn't been coming through very clearly in the last couple of weeks, but my sense is that that is all shifting now. So you are likely about to or have already begun to sort of march forward, carving out this new path for yourself. And as you do carve out this new path for yourself, or maybe this is a message for you if you've already been on this road for a while, you are really lighting the way for others who are coming in behind you, for others who have not had the support or the resources or the access to nervous system regulation, to their intuition, that has helped them get to that point in their lives. So you are carving out that path and lighting the way for the people who are still a little bit behind you on that journey. Maybe they need that teacher still. Maybe they haven't had access to that in their family lineage or their family of origin or how they were raised, and they are seeking that out now. And some of them will find it through you and through this path that you are lighting up for them. And as you follow what lights you up, you light the way for others. As you take this path, don't forget to deeply ground yourself. The more deeply anchored you are into your most authentic self, your truest way of being, that is what is going to support you in that foundation so that you can hold the energies that are asking to come through you. So as this energy of creation or whatever it is that you are birthing along this path is asking to come through, you have to have the capacity and the security to hold that energy as it comes through. So in order to do that, please make sure that you are just deeply connected, not only deeply grounded into Mother Earth, into that core center of the planet, but also deeply anchored into your core, your most authentic self, your truest way of being, and then acting from that space of authenticity. That's what's going to create that safe container for you to channel through what is asking to channel through for you. And as you do this, you're going to want to tread thoughtfully, because it's easy to try to bring through more than we are ready for, or to be caught off guard by some of these like larger energies that are asking to come through that maybe we haven't integrated into ourselves yet. And if we haven't integrated them into ourselves, it's really hard to act from that space of being. So this is not a race. Go slow. Make your decisions mindfully. And mainly the message is really to take your action from that authentic, core-based space inside of yourself. Knowing that you have integrated what needs to be integrated before you put these things out into the world or before you take that next right action. So really connecting in with your core and your heart space and asking, what is my next right action? And only looking at what that next step is. So you're only taking that one step before you're going on ahead. This actually came up in my meditation group yesterday, that we don't need to have the full map, right? We don't want to have like every step of the way mapped out in our mind. We don't need to know what that looks like, right? We have to center ourselves and tune in, connecting with our core and our heart space, and asking, genuinely open to receiving with humility and humbleness, what is my next right step? Just the one. And then take that one step. And when you're there and you're anchored in there, then you ask again, what is my next right step? And you take that one. And yesterday I compared it to like Google Maps, okay? I'm very directionally challenged. When I pull up Google Maps, when I need to go somewhere, I type in the address, I hit start, and I just go. I just follow that map, trusting that it is going to get me to where I need to be. I don't look ahead in the map. I don't figure out what all of my turns are moving up ahead. I look at what is my next turn, what is my next action to get me to where I need to be. And it's easy for me to sit in that space of trust when I am just following this map. And so that is the same message for you now. Sitting in that space of trust that you will be shown the next right step when it is time for you to take it. So be where you are. Be where your feet are now. And just ask for your next step. Nice best of everyone involved. What further messages do you have for the collective for this week of October 8th to the 14th? We've got a few here. Stepping into your power. And again, we have the lantern, and he is on his path, and he has followers. He is leading the people who need this light, who need him to carve out that path that he is walking, possibly for the very first time. And as he does, it lights the way for those who come after him. That's a beautiful confirmation. Keep going forward. Again, just another confirmation, right? You don't need to know where every curve of this leads. All you need to know is that you are going forward, that you are following your divine heart, that you are following your intuition, and that is going to get you to where you are meant to go. And as you reach your destination, you will know that that is exactly where you are supposed to be, that you are landing there in exactly the right time for you to be there, and that all of these steps along the way are what have integrated into you and anchored into you the ways of being, the embodied knowledge that you will need when you land, right? It's in that journey that we collect all of the pieces of ourselves, of our wisdom, of our teachings, and put them into place in our own lives in an embodied and integrated way that allows us to just act gently when we arrive, and to know that who we are when we arrive is exactly who we need to be. The labor is already done, and now we just get to show up. And if you find yourself getting off course, just flow with it, you know? Trust that. Trust that there was something meant for you along that way, and that it's okay to reroute, because again, it's all in the journey. All of the learning of what you need to know and who you need to be for when you get here is all along the road to get there. And sometimes we come to what feels like a block in the road, and really it's an opportunity for us to discern what is right for us in that time and to make a different choice. We don't have to accept every door that opens for us, and we don't have to fight the doors that close on us. We receive these as opportunities to use our own discernment, to practice our own discernment. And sometimes it feels like we're walking away from a once in a lifetime opportunity, but sometimes that is how it is meant to be. If it doesn't feel right to your heart in that moment, then ask yourself, is this an opportunity for me to be discerning? Maybe discerning in a way that I've never been before. Maybe it feels really scary to give up this once in a lifetime opportunity, or to think that I was reaching my destination and now the door is closed, or there's a roadblock. Now we're rerouting. Sometimes that feels scary. It can also feel disappointing, but maybe just sit with that. Just ask yourself, is this an opportunity for me to practice my own discernment and to get myself on the path that is truly right for me at this time? So I want to pull from another deck here. You are the medicine. You know that? You are all of the medicine that you need. Everything that you need already lives inside of you. Sometimes it takes some uncovering, some unearthing of wisdom and medicine that has maybe been buried underneath a lot of societal expectations, a lot of self-limiting beliefs, a lot of programming that we have all experienced throughout our lifetime. So this is not unique to one person. This is something that every one of us on the planet has been exposed to. Immense pressures of societal programming, self-limiting beliefs, and cultural and familial expectations. That's what's kind of coming through there, societal and cultural expectations. And sometimes it takes a little bit of unearthing, of digging beneath those to rediscover the medicine inside of you, the wisdom that already lives inside of you. And when you can access that, when you can trust in your inner knowing, that's what guides you down the path with effortless ease, right? And that's what holds you during those times when doors are closing and you're not really sure what's going on, and maybe it feels like chaos is happening all around you, or maybe you're in your own little tower moment and it feels like everything is crumbling and you're not really sure why you have worked so hard to get this far on this path when you're about to reroute, when you're having to move into a new direction. But this space of inner knowing, that is what holds you in safety, in a felt sense of safety in your body, and gives you access to the knowing, the confidence, the trust in what is your next right step. In that moving in a new direction is a gift, it's not a curse. And in this, sometimes we have to let go of our egos. We have to let go of those fears, again, that programming. We have to let go of all of the ways that we thought that we were supposed to be. And when our ego is coming in and telling us like that we need to show up in the world in a certain way, that we need to present ourselves in a specific way in order to be seen or be accepted or be heard or be safe in this world. When we shed that, when we let go of that ego and we integrate those parts of ourselves back in with love and without shame and with compassion for all of the versions of ourselves that we have been and that we have had to be to survive, that is when we really step into our power and we really step into that knowing and that trust that we know exactly what the next step is in exactly the moment. We don't have to have the long-term plan because we trust in that unfolding as it happens. as we let go of that ego, we transform. We might end up appearing to others like we are a completely new person, like we are a completely different version of ourselves. Some people may not even recognize us, and that may feel really threatening to them. They might come at you and ask you, like, why are you not the way that I've always known you to be? Because that's how they knew you before, and that's what they felt safe in. But it's not your responsibility to placate other people's egos and fears and to keep yourself in that space just because it's what's comfortable for them. It is your responsibility to honor your true self and to access those parts of yourself and to live from a space that feels good to you, that feels truly authentic, and that allows you to unveil your gifts to the world, to offer to the world what you and only you were brought here to do, right? You are one unique soul on this earth, and there is nobody else here who was brought here to do exactly what you were brought here to do. And so as you integrate those ego parts of yourselves and connect back to a space of wholeness, reconnecting with your intuition, your authentic self, from that space, you will naturally be able to offer out to the world what it is that you are meant here to be here to do. And it does require you to be really brave and honest, not only with yourself, but with the world. But it starts with yourself. So maybe just sit with that for a moment. Connect with your heart space, connect with your core. So much of what's been coming up energetically in the world right now and in my work currently in the last few weeks is really connecting back in with your core and your heart space, and then acting from that space of authenticity. And as you take one step and another step, you can watch as this unfolds, and you really will end up exactly where you were meant to be. But it takes bravery and honesty with yourself first. It can be really scary to feel seen in your authentic self when we have spent lifetimes being conditioned to be something else, or that we're not good enough if we are not showing up in the ways that the world tells us to show up, right? A lot of us are conditioned to believe that. And so there is a lot of collective fear that I think is being shed right now. And that's why it's really coming up to the surface, to be felt, to be seen, to be explored, and to be integrated or released, so that we can collectively come to a space of feeling like it is safe to show up in this world as our authentic selves. And as you do this, you really need to honor your own needs. You may need to retreat. You may need to take some quiet, reflective time for yourself, where we dampen the noise of the outside world so that we can hear our own heart's whispers. Yeah, this is really nice. This is really nice, and it's really aligning with so much of the private work that I've been doing in the last few weeks. A lot of what's been coming up for my own meditations, my own daily work for myself and for the collective. I think I just want one more card. Let's just see. Something's just asking to come through. Okay, 2 more cards. As we do this, we really get to leap forward. So as we do everything that we just talked about, you take that time to reflect, you dampen the noise of the outside world. It gives you like this new foundation, this new launching space where you're going to see leaps. Like I'm hearing like quantum leaps that you likely had never thought possible. Quantum leaps. That's really powerful. That's what's coming through, those words exactly. I'm seeing like a platform. I'm seeing like this image of you in stillness and in wholeness, really connected to your own inner light, that own like golden light that we all have within us that just radiates out around us. And through dampening the noise of the outside world and only looking at our next step, so we are dampening the noise of our minds and of our egos as well, right? We are just coming home to ourselves and truly landing where our feet are and spending time there, right? Spending time in that quiet, creative, reflective space where things just get to percolate and grow, right? And from there, that's where they sprout. And so I'm seeing this platform, this sturdy foundation. And from there, it's like you're just transported. It's like you just quantum leap is the words. And when you land, you are just in this lush, this positive space of growth and fertility and abundance, and there is so much beauty all around you. It's so lush where I see that you have landed. And your rewards are there, but you're also living from a space of freedom. You're not bound by the expectations of the conditioning that you have lived your life with up until this point. You look very free and at peace and joyful and content. You're not wishing or aching for something more. You're really content and peaceful with exactly where you are, with exactly where your feet are. And that's not saying that that contentment is going to halt you from anything else, but it's going to be just this really beautiful place to land and to spend some time there. And then from there, like, you have quantum leaped. So that's a new space that you have never explored before. So really just enjoying that and taking that time to just be exactly where you are, exactly where you land, and to explore your new world, your new environment, your new way of being. It's like I'm seeing like a fully new cellular structure that you're going to be living from. And so just enjoy it, enjoy it. And in the meantime, like the message coming through is don't get caught up in fear in the meantime. So this road might have been really long and hard to get here. And even though you're starting out on, you feel like you have your footing, or you're about to feel like you have your footing, and you feel like you're starting out on this new path, don't let the fear drag you down. Let the next right step guide you to that new sturdy foundation, because that's where you will leap from. So this is a message for the collective. So some of you will be at varying parts of this reading at this time. If it resonates with you, please like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know. I love to hear from you all. And as always, please just take what resonates for you and leave the rest behind. In collective readings, there's never going to be like a full message that is meant for every single one person. But if you did come across this reading, then there's likely a message here for you. So please sit with it, get quiet, dampen the outside noise, and just see what resonates for you at this time. For the highest and best of everyone involved, so much love to you this week as we continue through this eclipse portal. I'm sending peace and balance out to all of you. I know that this has felt like a really chaotic and tumultuous time for a lot of people, so sending peace and ease and grace and grounding to each of you. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for trusting me.